Hello. Ah,
Hi there.
sorry. Just a second. Um, hmm. I need to figure out. Ooh, can you hear me okay? Because I'm kind of working with something near here. Hey, baby. Please let me know if you can hear me, and then we can continue. Okay, that's a good start. Just a sec. Hey. Hi, Christiana. Oh, okay. That's good. Because yeah, I'm working in a slightly different. I'll try to just talk louder, and then hopefully it'll be fine. It's just because usually I'm right next to my phone, but now it's right here, out of the frame. So so it's a little bit farther from me. And every time I try to use my computer's sound, it goes squeak. So we don't want that. Oh, that was Nox. Nox, Nox, look here. Nox, there's Nox. Okay, this is going to be an interesting situation. Um, yeah, because um, okay, wow, yeah. So this room is not where I usually do my cross flights from, but I wanted to kind of I want to be able to leave the setup in the same way from day to day. So I wanted to have it here, but that meant that I had to kind of change some of the organization of the room. And both my cats are very excited about it. Better or worse? Oh no 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 no! Oh, near disaster off frame. Yeah, streaming with cats, right? Um, okay, yeah, we'll see how everything goes here exactly, but um, okay. So this is meant to be kind of I guess, short and sweet sort of live. I don't plan to do a very long one because um, today is basically kind of telling you of my October project and what I'm planning to do, and kind of show you a little bit of what's going on. Um, and I honestly, I originally planned to do it kind of pre-recorded, but then, well, I actually really want to hear what you think. So I figured I'll do it live and see what you think. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. So I don't know. I mean, we can wait a little bit, but sorry, but we can just start. Maybe I don't know. People can catch up later, I guess. Okay. So yes. I mean, sometimes you just need a break, Christiana. You know, like sometimes if things don't come, then just you don't need to push them. They will. But I am very excited about this. So I can maybe I'll just do a split screen uh, so you can see it. Okay, I'll first show it. So this is the model, the pre-model of my miniature house, and I put it on this thing so I can kind of turn it around. Yes, Hamburg glass. So you can kind of see maybe a bit, so I can turn it around and show you a bit more. As you can see, this is just paper. Shouldn't run into too much, but basically, so I'm going to build this miniature mansion, and this is the first time that I'm building one completely from scratch. I'll build this. Yeah, so I don't know, it feels weird just talking to you without doing anything. Hey, Penny, thanks for coming. Um, so yeah, so I've always wanted to build like a haunted mansion, and what better time to do that than October? And just to clarify, this is the final size that I'm going to build it. It's not like a small model of the project. This is going to be the size of the project, partly because I like tiny things, and a lot because I don't actually have room for a bigger place, like a bigger one in my house. So I was like, yeah, let's make a mini one. So this is, sorry about the noise. The full height of it is like, I don't know, 31 centimeters, just over 12 inches. I will say we will have a basement, so there will be a bottom floor on, like another floor under this, because it's a haunted mansion, and any haunted mansion, there's two uh, rooms that every haunted mansion needs: a basement and an attic, right? So we have the attic here, and we'll have the basement afterwards. But the basement will be built on top of, no, the basement will be built below. Below. So it will be, the plan is basically to have some sort of base that the mansion will sit on, and in it I will have the basement kind of down here. Okay. So yeah, so what I did, let's just kind of go through the process I did. Hey, Nuno, thanks for coming. I'm really, yeah, I gotta say that, this is going to be it's one of those things that, you start planning a project and you're like, well, I'll have a whole month to do it. And the more you plan, you realize, oh, I have only 1 month to do it. So we'll see how it goes. But basically, so I started with doing some floor planning like these. I don't know, maybe it'll be better in this camera actually, like if I'll hold it like this. So these are the three main floors, right? So it's these three. Because the attic is, at the moment, it's empty. We can add some division afterwards, but at the moment it's just one big space. And I started with just building the different rooms. That was kind of the general plan. You can actually see here. This is the second floor, so this floor, and I actually changed it afterwards when I built the model, because there was an extra room here, and well, for one, you can actually see maybe the line on the floor where there was the wall, like there was a room here that was this size, and for one, yeah, it's a tiny room, so I wasn't sure how much I can do with it. And also there was the whole like, oh yeah, I have a month to do this, and it's going to be the inside and the outside, and enough rooms is, yeah. Also, I really like the idea of having a hallway here, so we can have maybe some interesting lighting coming from the back. So yeah, so after I did the kind of initial sketch of the floors, I moved to real size. So each one of the, let's see, that's the entrance floor, for example. So this is the actual size of the floor. And once I had that, I basically just decided what height I want each of the floors to be, and you know, kind of transferred the sketch to an actual template, actual size template. And the benefit of having this actual size template is that I can take it apart, and actually these pieces will be my template for the actual build. Now, obviously, you know, I'm not going to build it completely from like paper. So maybe talk about materials for a second. So what I'm going to use is basically gray board. Um, yeah, gray board. And I think what I will do, ooh, I'll just bring it here. Gray board. So think, yeah, sometimes it's called either chipboard or gray board, right? But for the floor, I plan to use this magnificent thing. So this is also a gray board, but it's a different type. It's called a condensed gray board. It's super, super strong. It takes forever to cut through with a knife, but it is very durable and very strong. It's also very heavy, actually. So I'm not entirely sure that I will build all the floors with it, maybe just the bottom one. But I really like the idea of it, at least because it's very strong, and I do want this house to last. So I will probably use that for the floors, and the usual gray board for like that's a 2 millimeter thick gray board. I will use that for all the walls. So of course that means that there will be a few changes from my plans to what will actually happen, because this is very, very thin. So once I will translate it to 2 millimeter thick gray board, it might be I might have to do a few adjustments in the sizes. Um, yeah. So one other thing that I did is that the way it's built, I don't know if you can, if I move it to the side, you can see that it's not actually that these floors are separate, and this is done on purpose for two reasons. One is that then one is simply because I'm doing this live. And let's be honest, if I build the whole thing, because usually when you look at miniature houses, the sides is like it'll be one big block, right? One big wall here to kind of make it more stable, which is great. But if you have this kind of house and it's this tiny, it will be very hard for me to actually show you what I do. So the plan is basically to build it each floor separately. Right, you can see taking the cake very delicately. So each floor is separate, and we can just build it each floor separately, then mount them on top of the other, and then add an extra layer from the outside for the walls and the windows, which I haven't marked yet. But there will be windows because the house should have windows. Um, um, yeah. What else can I tell you? So yeah, so that's so I think it would be, oh, aha, there was a second thing. Yes. So the first reason for doing each floor separately is because I'm doing it live, and I want the camera to be able to actually film it from both in a way that both me and you can see what I'm doing, which is useful. Um, and the other thing is that this means that if I'm building each floor separately, I can adjust some things. So, for example, with the last room here, oops, very sorry. Um, So for example, for the second floor here, we can decide to adjust the rooms again, shift the floors, shift the rooms in a like make them in a different way, just to kind of if we see that we like it better. And if I build the whole thing from the beginning and then just insert the details, that would be very, very hard because, well, it would basically be impossible because you follow the floor plan from the beginning. And this, I hope, will give me a bit more of a flexibility for the floor plan. Okay, so yeah, so I'll show you just, like I said, I didn't mark any of the windows or the doors yet, but basically this is the front of the house, so the entrance door will be here. And I still haven't decided yet completely if the door will be just right on this wall or that will have like a bit of an extension here to make it, just to make it more fancy or something. There will be windows here, so these will be kind of bay areas that will have a window, one here, and three in the middle. And there will be some windows here that need to be. One of the reasons that I didn't mark the windows ahead was because it needs to actually fit with what's going on inside. So, and I wanted to kind of visually see it before I actually cut things and do that. So, so yeah. If you have any questions, by the way, feel free at any time. So yeah, I'm guessing that, for me, it's very obvious what's going on in here. But I planned it, so I know what these rooms are, but it might be confusing also. I hope that you can actually see enough. I put this, scarf actually, in the back because it's a white wall behind and it was impossible to see the white on white. So I hope you can see it well enough. But basically what we have here is, so like I said, this is the door to the house will be here, right? At this point. So this is the kind of ground floor, the entrance floor. And what we have here, that's supposed to be stairs, by the way, this flimsy little thingamajig. But basically what we have here, so let's see if I can angle it. I hope you can see what I'm doing, what I'm pointing at. So the entrance door is right there inside. Maybe I'll just use it for one, because my hand is too big. So the entrance door is right there inside at that wall. And this area is going to be a sort of hall, like something like reception hall, dance place, I don't know, like where they can have parties in a way. This is the kitchen. So there's a wall here there's a tiny door here. I don't know if you can see it, but there will be a tiny door here. And that's kind of like where basically the servants are. Right? And what you see there, I don't know if you can see. Maybe I'll pick it up a bit like this. Of course, there will be a scary basement. Maybe, yeah, I said it in the beginning. Maybe you missed it, but there will be a basement under this. So this is the ground floor, and the plan is to basically build a base that will be under this, and will include a basement. So, and I'm not sure if the basement is going to be over the entire house or just part of it, but yeah, if you might see right there at the end of this little hallway is the entrance to the basement. Now that I finished with my creepy smile, we can continue. So yeah, so that will be the kitchen. What you see there as a little mark um, on the floor, that's where the stairs to the second floor will be. This will be the dining room. This will be a parlor. So it'll be like a kind of big grand stairs going up here where and this is still sort of an entertainment, yeah, I guess, entertainment areas where they can have guests, like the parlor or the dining room. And then up here is sort of the private area for the family, I guess. And we have this room that I plan to have as a study because I need to make tiny books. I need to. So that's how it goes. um, so there will be a study here, and there's two rooms here that I'm not sure what they will be yet. And there is a space behind that is actually kind of blocked by the walls of the rooms. But what I like is that I've tested it, and basically, like, if you open the door here, you can see through. You mean this marking? Yeah, that will be a marking for the fireplace. There will be a fireplace in um, all three floors in this area. So there will be a chimney up here. We'll edit afterwards. And there'll probably be like more fancy big fireplace down in these floors, like in the hall and the parlor. In the study, it might be a bit smaller, but something like that, yes. And there probably is I'm going to add another kind of fireplace or like a chimney around this area. This area, can you, oh, there. Maybe if I push it a bit back. This area, like around here, so above sort of the kitchen, that it can warm this part of the house. Although I have looked, and they were like very good with pipings actually, so they could have like pipes moving to different parts of the house for heating. Yeah, so these two rooms are basically, they can be bedrooms, they can be I don't know, they can be something else. We can decide when we get there. And then there's the attic that the attic can be either, it can be divided into spaces. It is possible to have like rooms, bedrooms, and stuff in attics in Victorian times. Though sometimes there would be the children's room, maybe because they're shorter. I don't know. But I've seen it quite often, actually, that the attic would have where the children's room is. Or, since it's a haunted house and home, maybe that will be where they have their little summoning circle for ceremonies and evil stuff. Or that should be in the basement. I don't know. It's a nice big space to do wicked things. Um, and of course, the whole thing, I mean, this is going to be a haunted mansion. So, um, I don't know. I don't have a specific story in my head as to what's going on. Hi, Terry. Hello. Thanks for coming. This is my model for the I have ooh, okay. So yeah, this is my model for the for the haunted house that I'm building, haunted mansion. I'm not sure if oh no, okay. I thought for a second that there was like a huge delay with the chat, but it wasn't. It was just me reading the time wrong because that's what I do. Awesome. Anyways, um, yeah. So I don't want to, I don't know exactly what will be the haunted part. If we'll have like one specific maybe there were different things in different rooms, different things that happened, or like marking. Thanks, Penny. I actually, yeah, with the shape of the house, I would say that um, when I was planning it, I was actually, first thing I did was go look at doll houses online and kind of see different shapes of doll houses that I've seen. And then I went to look at um, some floor plans of actual Victorian houses, and this is actually based on a floor plan of a Victorian house that I found that was very kind of long and narrow. Um, I shifted it around a bit. I added the "Hey Vina, hello," and yes, Terry, I will make it very spooky. That's the point, and I will enjoy every moment of it, which is also the point. Um, yeah. So, um, thank you. So yeah, so basically what the plan is that I'm going to do this project basically it will be all in live streams, not everything because, well, for example, for tomorrow, tomorrow I want to start actually building. So it means that I need to spend probably a couple of hours cutting gray board. You don't want to see me cutting gray board for 2 hours. So those are the things that I will do off screen. Hey, Karen, and hello, David. No, ha. Okay, so yeah, so most of the things that I will do, or at least let's put it this way, the interesting things I will do live, and live streams. But there are certain points that maybe, after I'll do wallpaper a couple of times, you'll be like, yeah, that's enough. You can do it. The other ones, the rest of them alone. We don't need to see that. Um, because it will be the same process. There might be some points where I don't know if I'll do something that is too tiny. We'll see how that goes. Uh, I don't know if you want to hear me cutting gray board because I think that it will be very, I don't know. Well, usually when I do this, I'm very bored. Let's put it this way. I don't know because it's very boring. But yeah, we'll see how it works with. Yes, I am, Tina. I am. So this room is generally, I usually do the lives from my living room because that's where I usually craft. It has the best lighting in the house. But because I want to do this live thing every day, uh, you do not want to hear me singing, Bruno. Trust me, you do not. Yeah, so basically I decided to try and do the lives for this in a different room because then I can set up things and just leave the camera and everything set up from day to day, and I don't need to redo it every time because in my living room I tend to have to move it because otherwise I can't move. So in here, hopefully I can do like the setup that will stay. This is today is slightly different from usual because usually I will have the camera from above so you can actually see what I'm doing. But for today, I just wanted to have a big house like this. Um, but yeah, so it's a different room in my house. Um, yes, Karen, singing is fun, but I'm just not very good at it. Trust me. So yeah. So, okay. Basically, yeah. So one of the things also that I like about the idea of building the floors separately is that it means that we can kind of jump um, between the different rooms, say, or the different floors, like very easily. Say we need to wait for something to dry, or I don't know, or just, sometimes you just don't have an idea for a specific room at that point of time, and you prefer to jump to go to another room. We can kind of do that. Um, but I guess for organization's sake, we'll at least try to start with the first floor, like the ground floor, or would you like to start with the second floor? I don't know. What would you like? Would do you prefer the hall, like the kind of entrance hall and kitchen, or the parlor and dining room? Let me know. Um, yes, it's important to feel comfortable in the space you're working. I agree. Um, yeah, this is actually also like technically it's an sort of like a guest room, but it's also Nox's bedroom. Um, her favorite cat bed is right here behind me. So yeah, she might visit us on some days. This should be interesting. Yay. So yeah, let me know what you think about which floor we should start with. Although I think that first floor girl. Okay. Um, yeah. I mean, I think that for tomorrow I will try to cut the walls for at least definitely for the two floors, so we can kind of start with either of them. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a sort of a stamp thingy, like a foam stamp. A foam stamp, that's what it is. The leaves are a foam stamp. Um, it was fun. Um, and hmm, I don't know. Did they have disability elevators in Victorian times? What would they do? That's an interesting question. Hmm, interesting question. Because I mean, I will say also that dollhouse stairs, because of the proportions of dollhouses, most of the times their angle is completely insane. But we ignore that because it's cute and it's fun. But I don't know. Now I'm really curious. What would they have an elevator in Victorian times? Hmm, what would they do? I need to do some research. Oh, I don't know. When did they invent the chair that goes up the stairs sort of thing? Also, if you have this kind of house in Victorian times, you might have enough money to have a servant to carry you up and down if you. That's a type of elevator. This sounds terrible. I'm so sorry. Hello. That's Bastet. She came to say hi. You want to come here? Yes. Oh, look, there's a tail. Um, yeah, maybe we'll think of something like that. Because I think it'll be interesting to kind of imagine, the family that lives here and the story of the, okay. Hi, Bastet. Thank you for that. Sit, please. Thank you. Great. Oh, kitty. Um, yeah, it would be interesting to kind of think of all kind of, who's the family, what happened, right? Yeah, Bastet, you gonna come here? There you are. Look at that cutie. Oh no, don't no. That's not the side of you they wanted to see. Honestly. Come here. Hey, this is very dangerous space here now. Okay. Ah, now you can see the size of both cat and house. Look at that. Ah, this is Bastet. She's a little smaller, but still, see, she's the height of a house. I have a feeling that we're going to have a lot of them kind of walking around during these lives because, cats. Yes, hello. um, oh, yeah. Like I said earlier, because I had to move things around in this room, then they're just very excited about checking new things and making sure I didn't do anything truly weird in their room. Also, they're just not used to seeing me in this room that much, so I think they're just curious what am I doing here? What is that? And now she just wants to scratch my chair. Can you not do that, please? Hey. Oh, music. Thank you. Yes, she's a goddess and she knows it. Okay, so I'm trying to think what else I need to cover. I think I pretty much said everything about this plan. So about the lives themselves. So for this week, I already scheduled the lives for the coming week. I did put the links for them in the description, so you can go and set up reminders if you want. I kind of jumped around with the times for this week to, well, partly because, life, sometimes I need to do it in a different time. But also kind of to try and see if I can accommodate different time zones and see how things work. Um, and yeah, and I will let you know if something happens and I need to change. But the only way I can do that is, what are you doing, Kitty? So distracting. I will kind of, so if something has to change for some reason, I will change the schedule time in the well in YouTube. So basically, so if you set a reminder, it will automatically change to the new time. But if something happens, I will also say so on social media. Um, yeah, but basically, we have a lot of work to do. Yeah. Um, I will say, so one of the things that I'm trying to think also is color schemes. So, I mean, we do want this creepy. So, but the creepy part will be more, I think, about it being kind of old and deserted. It's not going to be completely kind of dilapidated, completely destroyed, because I don't know. I always felt it's like the midway is a bit more eerie, in my opinion. Like something that is completely deserted, completely destroyed. Um, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But I think it'll be somewhere in between. So not like, the roof caved in, but just not been used for ages. I kind of like the idea of, um, a house just that was left, that something happened and was abandoned and no one goes in there. So no one uses anything. No one walks the rooms except ghosts, of course. Um, but um, but it still looks good. It just looks deserted, but like dust came in. Maybe there will be an area where a window was broken and something like you know things flew in, leaves or whatever. Um, but basically, it's in a good shape. It's just something bad is happening, and we can think about what bad things are happening as we go along. That's part of the fun. It's one of the things that I really love about miniatures, that you can build a story, and that's part of the fun. Okay, so I think that if you have any questions, let me know. Um, Otherwise, so yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to start building the walls. I think that we will probably have time for maybe wall charactering a bit. I might, hmm, yeah. So I'm going to basically cut the walls from gray board. There will already be the windows because those are necessary at this point. Yes. And then we'll start building a house. I will say yes. Ha. Something that I wanted to say about kind of the technique of how I'm doing the details inside. So I will build all of it from gray board, but every time, for the floor or for the walls, the details like wallpapers or flooring, all of that will actually be added on another layer of cardstock. So that way, well, one, it helps with warping a bit. That I don't work straight on the gray board because gray board does tend to warp if you kind of put too much, mm, well, liquids or yeah, anything like glue or paint can end up warping it. Um, and also it means that when you add another layer, so there will be like the floor layer, but on top of it there will be, say, the tile layer and also the ceiling layer and at the bottom. So it will become stronger because there's just a bit more thickness and a bit more stability for each part. So yeah, I have a lot of cutting to do. Um, and I will try to do as much as I can till tomorrow, but I have some other things that I need to finish. So um, for sure, I will though finish the like have the two bottom floors cut and ready, so we can build them and start working on the rooms. It's all very exciting. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna take a sip of water, see if you have any questions, and we'll kind of wrap it up. Yeah. Mm, mm, ooh. Okay. So yeah, I will say also that the lives basically I aim for like around 1 hour every day, but sometimes it'll be a little bit longer, sometimes it might be shorter just because we finished something or everything is wet and we need to wait for it to dry. Because that happens. Um, and anyways, we'll see how things go. I think it's the first time I'm trying to do a project live like this. For the furniture, some of it, but most of it, I mean, there's things that are basic, like it's a dining room, it will have a table and it will have chairs. Um, but I didn't go into too much of the details because I think that this is something that will kind of grow organically. At least for me, that's what happens when I start working um, on a scene, basically. Then I start kind of adding more details. I will. There will also probably be things that like maybe we'll add the kind of basic furniture in different places and then have a better idea of a story that kind of goes between the rooms, and we want to add some hints or something. Um, you know, um, Candlestick in the library and so on. Um, so we might kind of add more details afterwards. But basically, yeah. I mean, aside from like fireplace, things like or table or couches in the parlor, and yeah, bookshelves in the library or study, things like that. So aside from like the basics, very clear cut things, I haven't really went into what um what the furniture would be exactly. That's the you know part of the process. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, but they need to be ghostly because or creepy at least, because we do want it to be creepy a little bit at least. There can be fun things too. Those can be fun. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll have a funny ghost. Um, yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Um, yeah, we have tomorrow. So tomorrow the live is it's 1 hour earlier than today. So yeah, it's that makes sense. Yeah, it's 4 p.m. CET. My goodness, when I schedule things, oh no, Karen, it's so it's meant to be a haunted mansion. Um, because October, Halloween, all of that good stuff. Um, it's not gonna be like overly creepy. I think, or at least not obviously. I like the creepy. I like eerie more than creepy, if that makes sense. I don't know. I like it to kind of. It looks beautiful, but it suggests that things were bad in some places. It's not gonna be gory because, yeah, because I like the creepy better. Yeah, and at some point we're going to have to I'm going to have to figure out the lighting, but maybe I should figure the windows first. Cool. Okay, so oh, which era? Yeah, sorry, I missed that, Bina. Yeah, it's basically Victorian. Um, at least it can be one of those. So it's a Victorian house. We can decide that the house exists today, and things could have happened later on. Just because the house was built in Victorian times doesn't mean that it stayed in Victorian times. So the aesthetic is going to be Victorian Edwardian because I like it. And it goes well with Gothic ghostly stuff. Okay, so let's wrap it up for today. And I am very, very excited about this. And I hope that it will be, that there wouldn't be too many weird things happening in the middle, aside from the ghosts, obviously. But yeah, it's the first time for me trying a lot of these things. I will say that I did have, I do think that I will share the patterns for the house, but at the moment it's untested. So I just want to give it a bit of time before I share something that I don't know if it's gonna work. Um, but yeah, exciting. So I think, yeah, let's wrap it up. thank you so much for coming, and I hope to see you tomorrow as well. And let's build a house, right? Cool. So thank you so much, and bye for now. Bye. Ghost emoji is very cute. I'm very distracted by everything, but comments is always distracting. Bye bye for now.